Hello and welcome to another video, and in this video I'm showing off a new version of one of my personal projects that I'm going through, and it's called Zentarra. It was called AI Data Assistant, but I thought that's a little bit too generic. I'll give it a name. So I thought Zentarra, and I use that name because Zen means calming, Tara sounds a bit like terror and terabytes. So I'm using Zentarra as a calming way of looking over a lot of information. So in the first video that I showed, it was AI Assistant version 2, and as you can see on the screen, I've got it up now. So in version 2, you could just type in a simple query and it will display results. So I'll show you how it works. So in version 2, I'd put in a query like this, show the top 10 customers by total sales amount. Then I would press run. Then it would give you what kind of assumptions it's going to use, and these are the assumptions it will use. It will just analyze the query really quickly to make sure it's safe. It'll just tell you some of the information that it was limited by the top 100 rows. And with this, it also gives you the query that it would generate to run, so you could actually copy and paste this query into your own a query window. You could use a SQL Server Management Studio or whatever database tool you are using, and you could just make sure that the query is not going to do anything too damaging. So with all AI things, you always have to make sure that it's trustworthy and it's not going to hallucinate, because AI likes to hallucinate. It will sound like it's telling the truth, but really it could be giving you like complete opposite truth, or truth that is nearly correct but not completely correct. So what I've done here, I've just wanted to make sure that with any query it gives you, you could always believe the answer, or you could just go away and test it yourself. So after it's generated a SQL query in version 2, you could press this run query button, and it would go away and start interacting with your database system. And now it's running. Let's see what it brings back. And it would bring back the results like this. So it would bring back the information, and it will give a quick explanation of what it does. So it gives you a little bit of an insight of what it does, and this drop down will tell you how it works. So that was version 2, and it was a good demo just to see if all the functions in the back end work. So in version 3, I just wanted to spice up the UI a bit better to make it a bit more usable. I do like version 2 AI user interface, but I'd rather have it a little bit more professional looking. So this is version 3. So version 3, I changed the name from AI Data Assistant and I've called it Zentarra. And this is the window. So I've got a little banner at the top and some side menus that give it a little bit of a layout improvement. In the future versions, some of these may disappear, some of them may not. I'm just playing around with the user interface to see what works or what doesn't work. But you still have the same window here where you can type in a question and it'll give you some suggestions here of what you could use. And for the time being, I'll just put in a query now, and so you can see what happens. So I'll put in a query and press run, and this is showing me the best salesperson by total revenue. And in the database, what I've got at the moment, this information is not contained inside that database, so I'll be asking for things that it will have no knowledge about. And with this, it'll come up with a clarification now, and it says there is no information in the database about this. So what do you really want to know? Do you want to do by stores or by employees? So I will change the query now and show me. I'll type this in. So this one will be showing me the top 3 stores by sales amount. So if I press run again, and I know that this information is inside this database, so it will run. And now if I just scroll all the way down to the bottom, it's given me a pie chart. And I'll go into more detail of what it's doing here. So it's giving me a pie chart. In version 2, it didn't have the ability to give pie charts, but in version 3, it now has the ability to give pie charts. It gives the results down here, and also if you press here, it'll give you the same thing. I was showing you the actual T-SQL it used to generate this code, and just some more stuff down here. So that was showing me the top 3 stores by sales amount. And I'll do it again in reverse and say show me the top 3 worst stores by sales amount. So it will run again. I have not programmed anything into SQL Server to say what this is or give any hints. This is AI looking over the data and analyzing the data, analyzing the tables and producing the results. So now the results are finished. It's giving me again the same pie chart here, and it's giving me the 3 worst stores by sales amount. And that's for that example. So I'll show you one more example and we'll go into a bit more detail of what this new UI is doing. So this one will be showing me the top 5 titles with the best year-to-date totals. It's going to go, I don't actually understand what you want from me. Can you just give me a bit more information? Can you clarify what you actually want? So if I press order count and press submit, it's going to think I still don't know what you want. In the table I've got all these different values, and I found a column called YTD_sales from titles. Is that what you mean? Because there isn't a column called year to date. So if I click on it YTD_sales and click on that one and press submit, it's going to go away and think, can I actually work out this answer? And it's going thinking, and yep, it's gone away and generated a query. So it's worked out that this title is the highest, and it's giving you like a quick business takeaway from this result. So it's like a top insight what it's giving you. So with all queries, it'll just go away and give you a summary of what it's found, and it'll also give you an assumption of what it's used to give you that answer. It's also giving me a pie chart again, and it's ranked here. But here's where the improvements come in from version 2 to version 3. With this, it's got a better user interface, and I've added like a charting facility. It's still not as, you know what I mean, it's not as like Power BI or anything, but if you just want a quick export of a chart or a line graph or a bar chart, I'm now giving that ability now. So with here, you can export it. Well, first thing, I'll talk about the charts. So when it produces the results, it goes into like an auto version, and it will think to itself, what type of chart will be best to explain the results. So it's thought to itself, and it's thought, pie chart is the best. But with this drop down, you can pick whichever chart you like. So you can have a bar chart, and it'll go into a bar chart for you like this. And there's a line chart. There's a pie chart that you've seen, and there's just a normal table. And with this, you can do some exports. So if I was to pick pie chart again, I can export this pie chart. So if I click on export and press this chart PNG and open this up, you can see now that it's got a pie chart. It's still version 3, a little bit of formatting still needs to happen, but yeah, it's giving you the pie chart in an export. if there's also other things that need to, I can export it in a different thing, in a different way. So if I pick bar chart and press export again and open it up, it's giving me the same answer but in a bar chart. And as again, I'll just one more example. I'll do it as a table and export it as a PNG again. But this time I'll open it up and it's giving me as a table. Also with the exports, there's I've added a new feature on there as well, and it's called export to PDF. So if I click on export to PDF, and I'll go back to pie chart, and I'll press export to PDF, and if I was to open this, you can see that it's given me the entire report in a PDF format. So it's given me a title, when it was generated, a summary of the conclusions, what it's come up with, any assumptions that it's had, the actual pie chart, and with some results, like a top insight and some meta information as well. So in this export, it's giving you all the information. So with this, you can build up some trust within the software that you actually believe the results and it's not hallucinating anything. And you can go away and compare these results with something else, and with one of your other tools that you may already have in house that you use, just to compare against. So this is all to bring trust and into AI and trying to make sure that it's not hallucinating anything. If I was to change this to a bar chart and press export again, it's done as a bar chart this time, exactly the same in there. With because I've got a new user interface, I can open and close the window, so I can resize the screen, so it gives me a bit more working space that I can do. And also another feature what I've got is I can actually save this query. So I might like this query, and if I click on save current query and give it a title, I've saved this query now. So if I was just to delete all this and load my query back up again, it will come back into the window, so you don't have to remember what you put in to get this information. At this moment in time, it's not persistent in any database, so if I have to close this package down and open it up again, it will lose all your hidden queries or your saved queries. So in like future versions, this will be persisted to a database, so when you close down the application and open it up again, all your saved queries will be there. Also, there is a chat history, so it just anything that you've typed in, there's another history there where you can reuse the query or edit the query and run again. With this version, there's other things we've added. There's like a clear session, we'll just clear everything away. There's also a focus mode, so if I click on focus mode, it will remove the query library, so it gives you a bit more space to see all the information. I can exit that. There was a quick actions where it does some of the things that are around the user interface that you may not want to do. So if I click focus query input, it'll just go straight to here and do things like this. And there's also an admin section as well. So if I click on local settings, I can change this to a dark style, put this back to light style, and I can even change the currency. So I'll just type in a query that I've had before, just so you can see it. And it's just thinking up, so it's just giving me some results. And yeah, so in there it's got US dollars. If I was to change that to British pounds, that's changed, or the currency has changed as well. And also I forgot to mention, when I ran this query before, it said by sales amount, but for some reason you use a metric as store ID, and I don't want the store ID as what it's to calculate on. That's just incorrect. So if I can change this and to something else. So if I was to click advanced chart options, it's giving me some extra options here. So the category can stay a store name, but if I were to change this to total sales amount, that is the actual proper number that I'm after. So now it's all reflecting. So this is just an ID what wasn't correct, but this was actually the correct version. So in the results was correct, but in the pie chart it was very misleading. So you always have that option in the advanced chart options window. We've got the products logo there, and that is all the new improvements that I've done from version 2. So just to summarize, in version 3, it's got saved queries, it's got a better range of chart options with insights where you can do it from PDF or JPEG or PNG, and you can paste them into some kind of email program and send that information away, and you don't need to be like you don't have to be like a professional report writer. If you just want something basic and very fast, yes, you can use this. If you want something a bit more professional, yes, you can use other software packages like Power BI or whatever you are used to. But if you just want something quick and easy, that is fine. So that is around about it on what version 3 of Zentarra, the new product name. There's going to be like a version 3.5, there's going to be a version 4, and this will just keep on happening because I'm enjoying learning everything about AI and data, and this is getting me to learn a bit more about this new exciting type of topic of meshing both types of technology together to give you faster insights, faster data, but correct data and trustworthy data. And it's like an exciting journey of how far you can push AI into data and give you very fast, reliable, trustworthy answers. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any comments, leave a comment, and hopefully I will see you again in the next video. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.